Welcome back to Digging Georgia. I know it's been a good minute, but as you can tell, the springtime's around here. Looking good back here, finally, after all that ugly, nasty wintertime bull crap that we've been getting down here for the past couple of years. Can't get a regular old cold day no more without nasty snow in it. Well, I don't mind snow if it's gonna, I don't have to work or something. I don't know. You can't do nothing out here in the cold. It's nasty. Well, in my case, I haven't really mastered, the wintertime crap yet. But maybe one day I will. Who knows? But I'll go ahead and start out with the new season, what I got going on. New additions to the yard, stuff like that. And, Ollie over there. What's he doing? Why you always rub on everything you get? That looks weird, but that's ferns. That's a fern rhyme zone. He's over here rubbing on it. Think it's a brush. You want to brush it with it? Quit. I just gave you a bath last night. Stop. Throw it out the gate. I missed the gate. Anyway, guess I'll start over here. This is going to probably be a decent time video here because I'm not going to do any cutting from it. It's a little backyard tour, what's going on. I'll tell you about these. These are air layered. I'm hoping they had the calloused up where the roots coming out. So in my experiments, loquats. So I'll show you what I'm doing here in a little bit with them. So they're basically rooting, but hopefully, what is that? Caterpillars. Look at that. Don't touch them kind. Some people get affected by them, but some people don't. It's a moth. Right there. But yeah, anyway, I'm trying to keep this in the shade. This side gets light in the afternoon, so they get their little, the light. But I don't want it too sopping wet there. I don't want root rot. If it may make roots or something like that. The loquat tree is pretty resilient. They're tropical and pretty nice trees. Got some maples here. I grew from seed. I seen them all over the place at work, so I threw them down in a pot, and they're growing. So I'm gonna pick some out and probably repot them later on once they get big enough. I'm not sure how they choke each other out. You know how plants are. They get together and they want to fight who's dominant and take over and stuff. This area was my Canada lily breeding area. And I still got some left in here from last year. I got the wildflowers are growing in here. The bag you get from Lowe's, just throw it down. Covers about 500 square feet. And yeah, I got these shamrocks in here. I had these rhyme zones for many years, over 20 years, and decided to go ahead and put them on this side, and they started growing out more. So I added some soil from my old bag of stuff I had for a maple, and they seem to take pretty well. I mean, the leaves, look at these Canada leaves. They look pretty good, nice, and the best it looked over here in a while. Because this side, when it usually gets sun over here, it kind of bakes because there's a brick wall. So they look a lot better now. So I guess once these all die out one day, I'll put some more dirt in here and get it all nice and neat. But you see how all these seeds are the different flower seeds. There's cosmoses and stuff like that, sunflowers and stuff. I do have another one. It's a horsehair bamboo. Well, I call it horsehair bamboo. It looks like bamboo, but I got it from my brother's yard. And these things can go crazy. You got a wet yard, I wouldn't recommend it. This area is kind of more contained. If they get out, they can't really get out because this ground's real hard. But spore wise, they can go everywhere. And also Japanese, they make these combs out of a certain wood, and they dry these out, and these go on the wood file they cut them, dry them out or something like that, and they put them on the wood, and they use this to file the comb teeth. That's how hard they can get. Or they just get there a certain amount of roughness to do what they need to do. They cut this open, scrape out the whatever linings in there, and wet it down and put it on the file or the piece of wood they're filing with, and they'll it'll dry out real hard, I believe. But it feels kind of rough when you do this. You can feel the roughness. So I guess it's just enough to do what it need to do. I found that out last night. I'm like, that's horsehair bamboo, and they making combs with using the skin as a file. Isn't that crazy? That's pretty neat. But yeah, these are all wildflowers growing in here. And you got that thing again. Get that crap out of here. Wait. Damn, missed again. Here's the loquats of the year. Whoa, uh-oh. I might be lucky this time again. It got a second bud there. That's the first time I've seen that. Second flowers. Might get fruit. That's a good, I don't know if there's any more in here. But anyway, what's on my way? This tree, both of them actually. Got one that's super huge. This one I've been babying, but massive amount of flowers this year. During the winter time, got too cold, they all died. All the fruit, they all died on both trees. I have to scope that one out more because that one can hide some in it. But this one, man, it was all over the place and they all perished. But like I said, this right here is that's a good sign. Maybe it's just a backup, as in I need to drop some seeds, you know. I got to make some flowers, get some seeds out, you know. I don't know, something that's kind of weird. Hopefully you make it. I don't really prune this one too much on the top, just on the inside. See how I get it aerated in here. I look for branches that are crossing, that they, like this one right here, I might take it out, unless that's the one with the flowers on it. But I'm real picky on what I do. I look for anything like that can get in the way and tangle each other up. You don't really want that. Huh. Let's see what them flowers bring, I guess. Over here we got the new little sink area. Got some cilantro in there and they're old seeds, so I don't know if they're gonna come up or not. I haven't seen nothing yet. I might have to put them in the sun. Got some market moors in there, cucumbers, strawberries. Got these last November. They survived through the snow and everything. Real hardy. Quinault. They taste pretty good too. So they're getting all ripe up for me. My kids, they get mad because I get the strawberries and they don't. So I said, they mine anyway. See, I'm growing. Habaneros, they got their own to a sink. I think that's good enough. I've been having a bad habanero seasons. This year I'm going to try to, hopefully I can get something out of these. I make my mango habanero hot sauce. I haven't been able to do that. Did it one time, but somebody gave me, that's from work, my boss gave me some habanero peppers he had, and I'm like, man, this ain't right, man. Got the Santa Rosa plum. They start off right out the gate when they're doing the new leaves. They have blooms also, so like this right now, if I had plums, they would have been probably a good size. I want to say they do in May and June, but this year they did the flowers, and they had little baby plums, but they all fell off. So I guess it's just doing some dry runs, I guess, you know. I don't know. So and you got to watch your trees also, because little things like this, these little slits. Watch them, because if it gets any worse, you're going to have to you want to cut it. And these trees grow pretty quick. Like you cut it right here, it's going to grow more branches out. Just like down here. Basically down here, one of these areas was a cut like this. For example, that was a cut, and it grew off. Right here was a cut, it grew another one. And I don't want my plum tree to be too stringy like up here. I don't like that many limbs up here because it can get all flimsy. So I'll have to balance it out eventually. But I'm gonna do a thing, let it grow and do what it wants for now. I need to get it to where it gets full. Like I might have to do some wiring. I want it to be, because it's kind of leaning this way, so I'm gonna have to pull it back, get another a bigger bamboo. I got that. Pull it back this way some, and try to train some stuff to go this way. I don't want no flat tree, you know. But eventually it'll get it where it needs. It'll get it where it needs to go. Fig tree, Olympian fig. He was back there in the dark, so I decided to bring him over here. Got some space, and I don't know if that's the actual size, but that's what it looked like. Olympian figs. Got it last year. And it says they're like 6+ hours direct sun. Okay, I'm doing right there. Grow 3 together. I mean, do I need to do that? I don't know. I don't think you do. It says grow 3 together. Maybe I need to get some more. This fruit does not need a pollinator. Okay, never mind. I don't know why they put that on there. Over here is the garden, back to normal. This is the failed okra. I got my okra seeds. They ain't doing nothing. They did one. I'm gonna do something else over here. I don't know. And here we got some black beauties. These things have took off since I put them in the ground. They are big now. They get up to here. Black beauties, Ichibans. You can tell they're growing because see how they're stretched up. When you see the plant stretched up like that, they really ain't awake yet, but they're shooting out the ground more. They're getting everything going, stretching. Crooked neck squash, they're looking good, real good this year. I'm gonna put some cages around it, so when I start doing 7 dust, it'll get any kind of bugs. But using the bugs, man, that's what I hate about doing squash. The bugs, they get there and start, doing a thing to the roots. They're looking good, real nice. I put some 10-10-10 in the dirt, the pellets. You can see some little white spots here and there. That's 10-10-10. Started out with them, with the ground. My ground ain't. I'm trying to get away from the Miracle-Gro because that junk can eventually ruin your stuff. I used to get my garden going and do for every 2 weeks I would do a hit on it. But I'm thinking the 10-10-10 might work into the soil a little slower over time and give these plants what they need. Right here we got the poblano peppers. They do pretty good. Once I take this gate down, eventually I did this to deter Ollie. He might run through the garden and something, have to get onto him. We got some Parks Whoppers tomatoes. Planted them at the beginning of the month. I did have 6 zucchini and 6 crooked neck, but I did it at the beginning of the month and we had a cold snap. It wasn't a frost, it just got down too cold and it killed them. And my tomatoes lived. They had a little shock to it, but I put some of that 10-10-10 near the roots, and maybe that's what brought them back. I gotta do some trimming at the bottom. You don't want the leaves touching the ground too much down there. I'm letting the bush out and let them do what they want to do. I don't want no vine looking jive going on. I just want to get them where they get big enough and make tomatoes, and I just don't want that dealing with that vine stuff. I mean, and I think it's what kind are these? I can't remember. Indeterminate. I think that might be the one that climbs everywhere. I'm not sure, but you can do it where you want. They bush out and you can make them bushy. Who knows? I might do the bamboo. I'm about to go farm some bamboo probably this week, and I can make some trellises with them. So we'll see what happens. Inside the garden, we got bell peppers. We got jalapenos over here. We got cow horns, serranos, sweet banana peppers. And this year I'm not going to do the cutting like I used to. I feel it's been dwarfing them down. and it does produce a lot more, but it kind of halts the production, and they don't get big. You know, they get up maybe less than this maybe, but they're looking pretty nice. They are getting flowers on. They are V'ing off in their sections. Look at that one. I gotta put something on there. It's crooked. Look at it. I gotta put that dang stent on there. But I just put all these down here, so I do eventually tie them to it. But it's another deterrent. The dog sees it, and he don't run inside here whatsoever. He don't run inside here. I don't mind him going down the rows, but these sticks seem to let him know there's something there, and he don't come in here too much. And he's a pretty smart dog, so he knows. He's pretty. You're a good boy. Hey, come here. Call him Doodle Boy for short. He's a good boy. Look at him, like his butt scratched. Look at him. I think he got some bug bites back there or something, don't you? Go sit down. Saw I gave him a bath last night. Smells a little better. Over here I got some cucumbers I got yesterday. And underneath I got some cucumbers, but I don't think they're gonna come up. So I went ahead and put some more Market Moors, the other pack, the other 3 in the pack. Put it down here, and I'll tie them to this little makeshift trellis, just a gate with some, you know, posts and a gate, old gate. That's all you really need. If you got it. Smaller garden this year, well, minus the area over there. But I usually have it from all the way back to here to where the blackberries and stuff is. But you know, times change in the garden. You know, you go add different stuff you want to do. My trees, stuff like that. Got my bamboo over here. Got some bamboo, and right here, this is all clump of bamboo I took up last, I want to say midsummer, something like that. Midsummertime, late summer. They was done doing shoots, but these took a hold pretty quick. They're little right now, but I got some shoots like this coming up. So each year, every couple of years, or each year, or every couple of years, they get big like these. Eventually, when the roots start hitting, hopefully they do. I mean, these are the old ones. I don't know if the roots are good. Let me see. I don't want to hurt nothing too much, but definitely this one. This is not. Oh no, that ain't no good. So pull that one up. Let me see this one. I'll keep that one. Let me see. Don't want to disturb nothing too bad, but yeah, he didn't do no more rhinestones on that one. It kind of rotted, but maybe they make their own kind of thing. I'll leave it like that. But as long as they still kind of green down there and they doing their thing, it's all good. But once they get like this, apparently it ain't no good. Some of them could have been already, you know, dead or whatever. Maybe I didn't cut them right. It's the first time I ever did bamboo. But something's obviously working in this area for me. And this is my clump bamboo I got over a year ago. And it's doing pretty well. I don't mind them being that small. I mean, the shoots get, you know, they get long. They used to go like 10 foot plus high if you get them going. It smells good over here. Look at that. You can smell that stuff. Honeysuckles. That thing's blooming real good. Looking kind of weak right now, but this is the first time I've seen it bloom like this. All the little carpenter bees coming up here and getting the little honey and pollen and all that. And this is another little flower section here. Got marked off. Little wildflower stuff. Some of them are growing. I mean, once it gets going, they get going. Blackberries are going wild this year. This is my second year in the yard with them. Look at all these blackberries. All up here. Massive amount. Last year I was kind of discouraged because it was a little plant, but it got big. This is like the first, this right here is the first year growth from the original plant, was way down there. And here's the new year's growth. Look at this. This grew up I think last week. Primal cane. Last week. And now we got some over here. 2 of them right there. You can dig up and pot them. And I got one right here in the garden. Primal cane. What's this crap? Oh, that's my 10-10-10. So I have to dig them up, put them in a pot, and put them in the ground somewhere else. But yeah, that's what you do, because these canes that die, and then the next ones grow, you know, so far and so every year they just keep doing a thing. You can do runners with them if you want to. And I say if you got land or something like that, yeah, make runners. If you don't, you're going to have to trim them up like this and, you know, bush them out somehow. And the primal cane's got 5 leaves. Floral cane's got 3 leaves, which they grow the flowers on there and then make the berries. And they just tell you, hey, I'm a new cane. Don't mess with me. Don't trim me up. I'm the main source here. And it's doing real good. These things, I mean, these things go massive. You do what you want to do with them. And they're thornless. That's a good thing about them. Honeysuckles. All right, I just love them things. I grow a lot of stuff out here because it's from me as a kid messing with honeysuckles, and they, you know, give you memories. Blackberries, picking blackberries with my friends. We didn't pick these kind. We picked the, you know, the regular wild kind on the side of the road down here. And you know, you remember times like that. The bamboo, other than its use and interest I have friends, we played in bamboo forest, cut down bamboo and just make bows and arrows and other stuff. And the gardening, of course, I always liked that since I was a kid, but you know, I have memories of doing gardens with friends as a kid and for friends of the family, and it's the memories and the lessons over time you keep, and you want to keep on experiencing them, you know, every year. So that's why I do this. I like the grapes too. I always wanted grapes. I always see somebody growing them. I always pick them from the wild out here in Georgia. The, what do you call it? Muscadines. They grow wild on the side of the road. Some are green and some of them are purple. But these aren't muscadines. They're Niagara grapes. I don't know if they, I don't know. I really ain't studied them. I just let them grow right now. I even got these little nodule things that indicate maybe you might get some grapes, maybe not. I don't know. Down here we got the Concords. Maybe not. They did get the first shock this year, you know, of the snow we had in the cold winter, and they really want that, from what I hear, and push them in that shock zone, and it gets them doing what they need to do, obviously. What are you doing? This is my little torii gate, little Japanese gate. I've seen them around Japan when I watch the videos. That's my version of gate. I still got some stuff to do on. I still got to paint it and caulk it up, and I might put a little decoration right here so I won't look too plain. And do some other stuff. I might put my purple. I'll show you in a little bit. My Japanese maple. I got Bloodgood. I might put it over here once I get this tree trimmed up, get some lighting, filter light coming through here. It'll be possible coming up, you know, putting a tree over here. But I drained my pool out over here. You can see the water swirls, my backwash. But I'll be changing it up here shortly when I do a underground system where it can just go out to the road, or instead of coming in here and just backing up by the fence, it has somewhere else to go. And here's the pool. I've been working on this thing for the past, off and on 2 weeks. The last week I've been pushing it, coming home after work, and and it's looking good now. I mean, that's just right here. That little algae down there is from what shot out the pump yesterday when I was vacuuming it. I turned the pump back on and it shot out a plume. But what I'll do, I'll just brush it and it sucked back up inside there. And you keep backwash again. It might do it again. Eventually, it won't do it no more. But it's cold right now. I won't get in there right now. It's pretty dang cold. But yeah, I was getting kind of discouraged, man. I was like, oh man, this is terrible. But I had a lot of leaves in there. I took the tarp off too early. Got fooled by that. We had a little hot heat wave. I'm like, yeah, it's here now. Spring, beginning of March. I'm like, yeah, spring's here now. But we got tricked a little bit. And the leaves were coming down. The oak trees are doing the tassels, falling in the pool. You had the pines go first. They do all their tons of pollen. Then you got the oak trees. They look kind of ball rotten. You see all the oranges on there? That's the tassels. All the leaves fall off. They look ugly looking. Then they get all full again. And they become the live oak they are. They're big old oak trees. But this one definitely, I am going to cut this one up. You see how the sun's not coming through? I need that sun to come through. I either need to try to prune this stuff myself or have somebody come do it. I'll probably have somebody do it. I don't want to get rid of the tree. I've seen this tree. This tree been here before my house and before me probably. But I seen it grow. When I got here, this tree was skinnier. It was skinnier and smaller. Same with them back there. They was skinny and small. They were skinny oak trees. And this old myrtle tree, this is his last time here. Get rid of that. I keep saying it, but I'm gonna make it so this year. This area I've been working on last summer. Got my loquat seed planted there. That's from the seeds from last year, from the fruit. Let's put the burr bass over here this morning. Got a myrtle tree, some mondo grass, some border grass I had for 20 something years at this house. I brought with me when I was like 22 years old. Brought it to this house and had enough to clump, and it's looking nice this year, man. Look at that, it's green now. Another loquat, some Asian jasmine. I planted some moonflowers. They look like morning glories, but they call them moonflower or moon glory or something. I don't think they're doing too well on this too much sun on this side, so I'm probably planting them somewhere else. Got another myrtle tree that popped up on the front of my house, and I took it up and put it back here. Got some more canna lilies. Got the ferns I've been digging up from the forest. Another loquat tree right there. I tell my mom, once these things get in the ground, they start growing. And I plan on doing these to bush. I might have that one grow as a tree right here, but the rest of them I want to do a bush. Maybe that corner one's maybe he'll be a tree, but I scope them where he comes out. They're not too bad on the root system. They're pretty decent. They're more real fine roots. I mean, I haven't really studied the roots, but the ones I see, they're real fine. And then they can be pulled out, so they can be potted and all that. Over here, my canna lilies, as usual. Another myrtle tree I pulled out of the forest at my brother's house. Got some more ferns. This tree right here, been at the house since I got here. And that little stump right there, it broke last year actually, and them grew from it. So I'll put it back here, and it's doing pretty well. We got this new growth this year. Shampoo ginger coming all up. This junk got big last year. I didn't get no cones, but hopefully this year I might get some cones. This is the second season in the yard. They were pretty mature rhizomes. My brother got tons of them. Might go get some more eventually. Probably put it around the front. I got another Japanese maple I got out there I planted, and I want to do something like this out front, but I want more tropical stuff that's gonna come up every year, Over here we got my mimosa. This one it was by the gate for many years. I kept chopping it down and they kept growing, they chopping it down and growing. So I made it a bonsai out of it. I'm like, well, if it's gonna live, I'm put it in this pot, see what happens. I had this on there last year. This is new growth. It was probably right to here this year. So that's new growth. All this down here is new growth. As long as it's doing something, it's good. I water it probably every day. Put some moss in there. I don't want to get too dry in there. It'll tell you if it'll tell me if it's dry. It'll start either losing leaves or, you know, crumbling up a little bit. This is my lemon tree. Grew that last year from seed. It's a year old. It had it in the ground. I thought it was a goner because of the snow. It tricked me. So I put it back in a pot, and now it's growing its leaves back. Pretty kind of slow though, but maybe in due time when I put it back in the ground, I'll, you know, see what happens. I might put it somewhere over there with other trees. But my next tree I want is a peach tree. I tell my mom that. And if I get a peach tree, I'll probably put it right there. Somewhere right there. We'll have all the fruit trees on this side of town, and you know, eventually over there you might get some more trees and keep that the garden section. Maybe do something out here one day, sculpt it out, you know, stuff like that. Make that a whole bed one day with just trees in it. I got a lot of plans. It's all about money, you know. Most cases, a lot of the stuff I had, I didn't have to buy. Like the brick, I didn't have to buy that. It's just stuff we had, you know. I got from my mom's house. It gave me bricks. That's my old fire bricks from back in the 1800s. You still see fingerprints in there on some of these bricks. I got free. Most of the trees got these little statues from my aunt. Canna lilies. They've been here since one of my dad's old friends. He gave me a box of them, and I planted them. They was out front, so I brought them back here, and they just grow back every year. A lot of this, like that. Now I bought that little bird bath, I think last year. It was like 25 bucks. I did buy that. I did buy the Japanese maple right here, the Bloodgood, and that's his first year in my yard. Is first. All this is new growth. All these new leaves and stems is new growth, because this was when it went dormant. It was just a stick. Little nodules on it. Now look at it. They start out red, and I think they go green. They look like they're turning green. And then they turn real, I want to say, I forgot. They go to another color, I think. I want to say they do. Or they stay green and go a red or something like that at the end of the year. I can't remember. I have to look it up. But the one in the front is a coral bark, a Japanese maple, and they go from green to real yellow in the winter time. Then their bark turns bright red, and when the leaves fall off, they look like coral, you know, red coral. But that's the tour of the day. I'm 33 minutes in, but you know, I don't really make videos that much, so I guess I think it's justified to have a long video if you're into it. You know, that's what we do in the backyard. If you like your backyard, I love springtime, summertime. Look at me. This compared to wintertime is the best thing. Wintertime looks all day, just looks dead looking. It's cold outside. You don't want to do nothing. It's just nasty. I don't see how people can live in a cold climate at all. I mean, what do you do? I mean, it's got to be the most. I mean, I guess if you're born into it, it's a different story. But if you got to live in somewhere cold, ugh. You know, have to work in it, even worse. But anyway, that's it for today. Maybe I'll see y'all next week. See what we got going on. And next weekend, got the bees coming around, but I don't know. all I can say is grow a garden and have good memories. See y'all later.